until Big Punda.
Hello, I'm Comic Field. Let's just get to the damn video already. Season 6 was a 7 out of 10 season. It had less great episodes than 5, but was a step up from the generally mid Friendship Games. If you watched my video on that, you could tell that at that point, Equestria Girls was way past tired at that point. Let's go through my previous Equestria Girls thoughts real quickly. EQG 1. It was cringy, but it had no real reason to exist, but it was a guilty pleasure. 6 out of 10. EQG 2. It was actually unironically good and had an interesting story. 9 out of 10. EQG 3. Generic, way past tired, abandoned Equestria, and replaced real Twilight with sci-fi. Mid-villain. 5 out of 10. EQG 4 is this video. This movie. Let's start from the beginning. No build-up. It just literally starts with Sci-Fi waking up, and Dashi is like, summer camp time! Woohoo! But, it was a dream, and then she has basically the same arc from Friendship Games that Suds had, but applied to her instead. Right. So we're going to do the exact same story again. But she's purple instead of orange. Right. I won't shit on everything, though. I will say a positive. I like how it's a different setting other than just the school again. The nature aesthetic is very pleasant. So, we're introduced to the camp counselor and her brother, who are basically like, whoa, you're gonna love this. It's awesome, is it not? You'll love this trip here. Yeah. You know something I'm not a big fan of that has persisted in all 4 movies, even Rainbow Rocks? The main 6 outside of Twilight act like the most stereotypical versions of themselves. You know what they remind me of? Sharon Iller Thomas and Friends. You know, James was just vain all the time, Gordon was pissed at everybody, Thomas was just a cheery main character, Henry was scared of everything. All except Henry had these traits, of course, during the model era, but during seasons 13 to 16, they were just that all the time. Ikiji has something similar. Pinky's just always generic. Rarity talks about literally nothing but fashion. Rainbow Dash is just sporty. Like, it made sense in EQG 1, and I could tolerate it in EQG 2 because it was overall a good movie. But, like, explore other traits of these beloved characters besides just their defining character trait, you know? Okay, so Twiggle develops a crush on the counselor's brother. They dork out, typical Twig. So Filthy Rich is set up to be the villain. In this movie, he acts more like Spoiled Rich, his wife. In the show, he's just a rich noble guy that is stuck up, but actually has care for people. His wife, nobody likes her. Here, he acts like his wife, which is out of character in my opinion. At the Amphor story scene, the main monster of this movie is revealed. She looks cool, I'll admit. Gaia Everfree. She kind of looks like Chrysalis, to be honest. Okay, so considering how I'm not talking much in between these scenes shows another problem with this movie. It's boring! I mean, at least there was quite a bit to talk about in Friendship Games, but here, I just don't have much to talk about. Like, the activities, wow, it's basically all the same stuff we've seen in the last 3 times. How innovative. The superpowers aspect of this movie is the most interesting part of it. Although not much is done with it in between them discovering it in the final battles. Don't quote me on this, but I do believe they got more involved with them in the series. So I suppose that this is meant to be the replacement for the equestrian magic. Like I said in Friendship Games, though, my theory is that Hasbro really just wanted to make Equestria Girls its own franchise, sharing characters, but literally everything else is completely unrelated from MLP, which is the main reason why this is the last EQG thing I'm doing in this review series. Unless the series has really popular demand, I have literally no interest in reviewing the Equestria Girls series. Like, I do plan on reviewing G1, G3, and G5, but I'm not going to review the Equestria Girls series unless people really want to. They don't want it to be related to MLP, so why bother? Not to mention, they also ended it abruptly, too. But I'll get to that in my Season 9 review when I discuss the ending of G4 overall, which I have quite a few things to say about. So, about the halfway mark, Sunset suspects that the counselor's brother has something to do with Gaia Everfree because there were sparkles in his pocket. Sunset says embrace the magic and fixes the dock with the human 6. And everything's peachy now, until Sunset finds out the counselor and gains the powers of Gaia Everfree revealed in the flashback. So, like Friendship Games, the third act is much better than the first 2. Badass song, awesome fight scene. In conclusion, while the final scene is awesome, there were a couple funny moments. You have to go through a lot of boring scenes first, and there's a lot of retreading old ground in this movie, which is fine in 11 to 22 minute episodes, but in an hour-long movie, But yeah, my rating for the Legend of Everfree is a 2 out of 10. Not 1, because again, baddest final scene, but you have to wait about 50 minutes to the end. But you may be asking, is this as bad as the last roundup?
Oh no.
This movie is boring, but at least it didn't censor my favorite character for no fucking reason, and at least it didn't completely screw up a new character, not new, a main character, even if the characters are cookie cutter. At least Applejack didn't dip on them for no reason. This movie had some potential to be good, but it ended up just being generic and boring, but having a cool scene at the end. Just watch the final battle on YouTube or something. Now, I'll give a ranking to the Equestria Girls quadrilogy as a whole. Overall, I'd say just watch the first two and ignore friendship games in this one. If you like these movies, all power to you, of course. If you're interested in, like, the series, go back and watch that as well. I'll get into that in my Season 9 review, but that's for later. I'll give Equestria Girls as a whole a 4 out of 10, lowest of the seasons. See y'all in Season 7. Subscribe for more horse. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you're wondering why the hell it took me like 8 months just to upload again, uh, basically, my mom just stopped paying the internet bill kind of randomly for like 6 months, and they cut us off, and I had to sign up for an internet subscription. It's I don't know why the hell she did that, but I'm pretty sure I don't know. But I'm back. You know, we're in a spot where we can pay internet bill. I think that she just forgot to unsubscribe from it. I don't know. All I know is that we have the money now. So there we go. I will I will make videos regularly now. Do not worry. Subscribe for more horse.